Hello guys, welcome to another episode, and here we're going to be going over some features of the Nether update that I think should be included, especially some miscellaneous features, because I think they would fit right in. So let's get on with it. Sitting on its anvil. If you didn't know, anvil's hitbox is actually has a little lip on the bottom there, so you can stand on that. That way you can just get over anvils. But here we go. We need some parity here. So we got all these types except for a nether brick fence. Now, red nether brick fence would just fill in this extra gap. Guys, like, come on. Come on. Also, any type of nether brick, like stone variant that is missing, I think that should be added. And so here we got a red nether brick fortress. Now, why would you get a red nether brick fortress? Because it would be colorful and there'd be a spot for red nether brick to spawn right in the overworld or in the nether. Then you can also add a boss mob vote from the mob vote a couple minecons ago. It was just 2 minecons. So yeah, and what about a blue nether brick? That would be exciting as well. Here's the next thing, and it's something about nether travel. Nether travel is always so dangerous, right? But it doesn't have to be now that we've got fireproof and lava-proof materials, right? So they didn't add the boats, which is weird in the first snapshot, because, you know, it's just like a texture change or something. So why wouldn't they add the boats? Maybe they had some plans with it. Maybe it's fire resistant boats, but they're definitely not lava resistant. But a netherite boat would be lava resistant. So here's another thing. Shroomlights can already be broken with axes, but nether wart blocks and warped wart blocks do not have a specific tool for them. Now, I thought it's more like a mushroom, right? So you can do like you can use the same tool that breaks mushroom blocks easily, which is the axe. Or because these things are so soft, maybe use a shovel instead. For the next thing we're going to talk about is soul sand and soul soil. Now these two are different, right? But I feel like you should be able to plant nether wart on soul soil as well. And also, soul soil doesn't have a tool assigned to it, so it's probably going to be a shovel later on. But in soul sand valleys, I think wither skeletons should also spawn as a rare spawn. It's already got skeletons, it's already got gas, but I think they should spawn wither skeletons as well as a really rare spawn. Moving on, we're here with things that shouldn't burn, right? I put another armor here just so I can say that I think it should offer a little bit of fire protection as well. It's already got all these other things on it, and I think it should have fire protection just because it's blast resistant, it's fire, it's lava resistant, you know. Some of those things should be added onto the player. Obviously the player would still take damage and stuff, but it would soften the blow a little, and it would be a great step up from diamond. And these are some things that I think shouldn't be caught on fire, that shouldn't be able to be caught on fire. These obsidian be destroyed in fire, I mean. Obsidian, ender chest, enchantment table, and beacon, just because they're made of obsidian, and obsidian usually forms in lava and stuff like that. It's kind of like lava resistant in a way, but I don't believe that they should be destroyed by any fire means. Lava might be going too far, but I think that fire is an okay time for them. Moving on, I think we should be able to traverse the lava a different way, just like water. And that would be with magma walker boots. They would put like a little, I don't know, frosted crackling magma blocks underneath that disappear as soon as you step on it, and you would be able to walk along the lava lakes. It's still a dangerous task, mind you, but it would be so much easier to travel at the bottom of the nether with this or the boat. And the next thing is that all stones have smooth variants, like smooth stone. It's here, smooth granite, smooth diorite, smooth andesite, smooth sandstone, smooth redstone, smooth red sandstone, smooth quartz, and I think basalt should be added to it. Even though it's a directional block, I think maybe it's fine to make the smooth variant a blast furnace or something. The next thing we're going to go over is Bonemealing. Now, Bonemealing netherrack next to Nylium already produces Nylium of the type that is close to it, or randomizes it, but I think that Bonemealing just pure Nylium should grant you the roots, the sprouts, and the fungi so that they're re-obtainable. I don't believe they should drop from the nether wart blocks or anything like that. And if Endermen do not do this already, I think they should be able to pick up that Nylium, because they definitely could pick up netherrack. I've experienced that a lot of times. And since this is a Crimson Forest, it's kind of weird that these are still nether wart blocks, right? Like, it's kind of weird because it doesn't grow here and it comes from a crimson fungi. I don't know about that. But if there is like some kind of thing, nether wart also produces red nether brick. So what about blue nether brick, right? Like I mentioned before. Maybe there's a blue wart function here. A warped wart? And the next thing here is that I want to see broken obsidian portals so that people know where to get back. And I think lit obsidian portals should have a function as well. Since you can't use the compass in the nether, I think an ender eye would be cool, because you can get it from the warped wart forest, and you can get the blaze powder part from nether fortresses. So to get your way back to the portal without having to look up coordinates or something, you can just throw an ender eye and it will lead you straight to a full portal. Now the thing about the full portal, I think this makes sense, because ender eyes point you to the end portal, and there's no end portal in the nether, so they'll just point you to the nearest exit, and I think that would make a lot of sense. And gas balls, I think gas balls should have a chance of not breaking the portal and go right through the portal. I think that would be pretty cool, and I would say that for a lot of projectiles as well. Here we have what is possibly the one thing I want the most, is that lava logging blocks. Now, lava logging would increase the immersiveness of water in the game, because I think lava logging does exist in the bedrock version, so I think we can just port this over. It's a good parody thing. And as you can see, I placed these stairs in here and they're not lava logging at all, and it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? Now here's the next thing. I think brewing should be an integral part of the nether, and you can't really brew in the nether because you'd have to bring tons and tons of water buckets to bring in cauldrons, and these cauldrons only provide 3 bottles worth. I kind of want to live in the nether, right? If you want to live in the nether, you're going to have to fight off lots of things, and I think fire resistance is the big goal here. You can already get magma cream from magma slime, and you can get nether wart from nether wart fortresses and stuff like that. You can't really get redstone anywhere to extend it, but at least this is a start, and you don't have to go far in between just to get some netherite, because netherite mining takes a longer time. And we can add this feature from bedrock. If you can put brewed potions in these cauldrons like in bedrock edition, then stack of tipped arrows, right? And you can just shoot yourself a little bit. However, look at this. This barely has any time on it, but a stack of tipped arrows, that's 64 minutes, and you can just keep on hitting yourself. But that would also be like kind of weird because of how they changed elytra flying back in the day, where you had to shoot yourself to propel instead of having a firework. But this could be a fun alternative. Okay, now the next thing here is I think Pigman or Piglin should ignore you if you have netherite armor, because these netherite is made from netherite scraps and gold ingots, so it's technically gold armor as well. It's really good gold armor, and I think they should ignore you, except if you aggro them. But maybe they'll have a shorter aggro range, aggro timer if you have this on, because, you know, they respect you with this on. And the next thing here is a bit weird and it's a bit wacky. It's a lava monster. Now, traversing the lava lakes is already dangerous as it is, but maybe it might get a little bit too monotonous because there's nothing that can really attack you in the lava. But if there's a lava monster, that would spice things up, you know? That would be pretty hilarious to fight. Now here's a thing that I think should be in the game for a long time, just like how pistons now have a tool required for them, or not really required, but a tool that's hastening things up. But I think the pickaxe should also mine glowstone and glass faster than every other method. Now the thing here is that netherite beacons would be so expensive, but it would be so terrific. Now I suggest that maybe we don't have the bottom layer, but it's fully powered anyways. Maybe just these 2 layers could be fine, because that's already like 25 plus 9, that's 34 blocks, and that's a ton of netherite. And you get a full beacon, or you can just upgrade a beacon, right? With diamond blocks, and just replace the top one with some diamond, just like how you upgrade the netherite armor in the first place. The next thing here is that I think wandering traitors should spawn in the nether. It would be so hilarious to be like, how the heck did you get in here? It would be so fun. But maybe not llamas. Maybe not bring their llamas, because it's kind of weird if they brought their llamas. They're really fluffy and it's a really hot place. I don't think they want PETA to go after them. Here's the next thing. Since there's now soul soil, soul sand is a sand, right? And I think soul sand should be able to smelt it in like a blast furnace into some soul glass. Now, what do I want from soul glass? Maybe it's a one-way glass. It's directional. It's directionally placed one way. You can only see from one side and can't see from the other, which means it blocks light from one side, but you can still see in, right? Like, that would be so good in mob spawners. I believe that if soul glass was implemented, you can get like a full view of mob spawners without having to change the light level at all. Now here's the last thing that I think should be mentioned. It's kind of weird that armor, your diamond armor, you just put another netherite ingot in a shapeless crafting table and you basically get that fully powered armor. I think you should be able to combine it in an anvil. You got the armor here like this, like it's repairing, or since anvil is more like a repairing thing, maybe use a smithing table to upgrade your armor. So that's gonna be it, guys, for this little nether ideas video. If you want to see more or watch any more of my videos, consider just looking at my channel. But in any case, have a good day, good night, good life. Bye.